Welcome. This is not just a motivational video. This is a mirror, a reset, a turning point. You didn't click this video by accident. You clicked because some part of you is tired. Tired of wasting time. Tired of being stuck in the same place. Tired of watching your life pass by while everyone else seems to move forward. Tired of the noise, the excuses, the fake smiles, the silent pain. Maybe you've lost yourself. Maybe you've failed so many times you don't even recognize the person in the mirror anymore. Maybe you smile in front of people. But deep down you're screaming inside, "This can't be my life." Let me tell you something, and I want you to let it sink in. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You just need a restart, a reset, a second chance. And that's exactly what this video is. This is not for people who want quick hacks or shallow advice. This is for people who want to rebuild themselves from the inside out. Who want to become someone the old version of them would be proud of. Who want peace, discipline, energy, meaning, direction, and a reason to wake up again. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 9 powerful rules that will help you restart your life completely. Not someday, but starting today. And every rule is based on reality, not fake stories, not imagination. Real thoughts, real psychology, real change. And if English is not your first language, this video is also made for you. Every sentence is clear. Every word is spoken slowly, meaningfully, emotionally, so you can practice your English, improve your listening, and become a better version of yourself inside and out. So take a deep breath. Forget the world for a while. This moment is yours. Because after this video you won't be the same person anymore. You'll be stronger, quieter, wiser, and finally, in control. Rule 1. Wake up early before the world controls your day. There's a reason this is rule number 1. Because how you start your day decides everything. And for most people the day doesn't start, it attacks them. You wake up late. Grab your phone. Scroll for 40 minutes. Rush through your morning. Feel guilty. Feel tired. Feel behind. And suddenly, the day owns you. Not the other way around. But imagine this instead. You wake up early. Before the noise. Before the pressure. Before anyone needs you. And for 1 sacred hour, you are free. You sit with yourself. You stretch. You write. You plan. You reflect. You breathe. In that 1 hour your mind clears. Your heart calms down. You remember who you are. You take control. It doesn't matter if you wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., or 6 a.m. What matters is that you own the first hour of your life. Because that 1 hour in silence, that's where new ideas are born. That's where broken people begin to heal. That's where tired souls remember their strength. And no, it won't be easy at first. Your body will fight it. Your habits will try to pull you back into comfort. But don't listen. Because every early morning you show up, even when it's hard, you are sending a message to your brain. I'm no longer living on autopilot. I'm in charge now. And do you know what happens when you wake up early for 30 days? Your confidence returns. Your discipline increases. Your energy rises. Your entire life shifts, quietly but powerfully. Not because of the hour itself, but because of the message you send to yourself every morning. I respect my time. I respect my future. And I'm not waiting for motivation. I'm creating it. So rule 1 is simple, but it will change everything. Wake up early. Claim the hour. Own your life. Rule 2. Go silent, disappear, and rebuild in peace. You can continue from here, and I'll be happy to punctuate the rest. Let me know if you'd like this formatted for a YouTube script or presentation style. Restart your life. Then first, you need to disappear for a while. No, not from your responsibilities, not from the world, but from the noise, from the opinions, from the chaos, from the pressure to prove anything to anyone. Because here's the truth no one tells you. The moment you decide to change, the world tries to interrupt you. Suddenly, everyone wants your attention. You open social media and compare your broken moment to someone else's highlight reel. You talk to friends who don't understand your silence and say, "You've changed." You listen to music, distractions, advice, and forget the sound of your own voice. So, what do most people do? They start a transformation while still living in the same noisy world that broke them. And then they wonder why nothing changes. But not you. Not this time. This time you disappear. You stop explaining yourself. You stop posting everything. You stop talking about your goals. You stop seeking validation from people who have no idea what you're going through. You start keeping your energy sacred. You start saying less. You start observing more. You start cutting out every person, app, and habit that kills your inner peace. And it won't be easy. Silence is uncomfortable at first, because when you remove the noise, you're left alone with your own thoughts. The guilt, the pain, the truth you've been avoiding, the dreams you buried, the real questions you've been too busy to ask. But that's where the real transformation begins, in the silence. Not when you're clapping back. Not when you're explaining yourself. Not when you're proving people wrong. But when you're sitting alone and building something the world can't see yet. Because here's what silence gives you: clarity. You start to hear your own intuition again. Power. You stop reacting to everything and start responding with purpose. Control. You realize how many things don't deserve your time, your words, or your energy. And you begin to feel something rare in this world. Peace. Let me give you a real example, not a story, a reality. There are people who disappear from the world for 6 months. No updates. No replies. No noise. And when they return, they've lost 20 pounds, launched a business, learned a new language, fixed their mind, healed their heart, and become someone unrecognizable. Not because they were lucky, but because they were silent. They let the world sleep on them. They let people gossip. They let their name fade because they knew, I don't need to be seen right now. I need to rebuild. So listen to me carefully. If you're serious about restarting your life, you must enter your quiet era. Start going for silent walks. Stop responding to people who don't add value. Spend 1 weekend a month completely offline. Eat meals without your phone. Read instead of scroll. Think instead of talk. Let your growth be your reply. Let your silence be your training ground. Let your new chapter be written in peace, not noise. Because your comeback doesn't need an announcement. It just needs silence, focus, and time. And one day you will walk into a room, and people won't recognize you anymore. They'll say, "Where have you been?" And all you'll say is, "I've been rebuilding." That's rule 2, go silent. Protect your energy. Rebuild in peace. And let your return speak louder than your noise ever could. Rule 3, keep your circle small. Peace over popularity. One of the most powerful decisions you'll ever make is this: who gets to be close to me? Because the truth is, your environment builds you or breaks you. And that includes the people sitting at your table. When you're trying to restart your life, you cannot bring everyone with you. You cannot explain your growth to people who only understand your weakness. You cannot build a new mindset in a crowd that still celebrates your old habits. Let's be real. Some people are only comfortable when you're average, when you're lazy, when you're available 24/7 for their drama, when you're lost, just like them. But the moment you start improving, they feel threatened. They joke about your progress. They gossip about your silence. They start saying, "You've changed." And you have. Because you're not trying to be the popular one anymore. You're trying to be the peaceful one. Here's what you need to understand. Not everyone is meant to come with you into your next chapter. Some people were only characters in your lost phase, not your comeback phase, not your glow up, not your healing. The more you hang on to people who drain you, the slower you rise. And sometimes it's not about removing enemies. It's about removing people who smile around you, but secretly celebrate when you fail. Yes, it will hurt. It hurts to outgrow people you once laughed with, cried with, shared dreams with. But growth demands it. Peace demands it. And I'm not saying cut everyone off. But test them. Test their energy. Watch how they react when you talk about goals. Watch how they respond when you set boundaries. Pay attention when you say, I need time for myself, and see who respects it, and who takes it personally. Because anyone who gets angry at your healing was never really on your side. Here's the truth, your life is not a group project. You don't owe anyone an explanation for evolving. And you don't need a crowd to walk into your purpose. You just need a few real people, or even just yourself. So clean your circle. Reduce the noise. Protect your space like it's your home, because it is. Because when your circle is small, your focus gets stronger, your peace becomes louder, and your life starts moving in ways you never imagined. Rule 4, talk less. Work more. You don't need to post every move. You don't need to explain your silence. You don't need to update people on your every decision. What you need is to do the work. In silence, in private, without applause, without permission, without validation. Because too many people waste years talking about change, but never actually changing. They create vision boards but never take the first step. They write long captions but live the same day over and over. Why? Because talking is comfortable. It gives you the illusion of progress without actually earning it. But working, that's where pain lives. Discipline lives. Real transformation lives. Let me tell you the truth, when you start building in silence, the world starts listening louder. When you stop announcing your goals, you create mystery. You build power. People go from he talks too much, to wait, what happened to him, to wow, he's really doing it. That shift doesn't happen when you speak. It happens when you vanish and come back unrecognizable. And the best part? You don't need anyone to believe in your dream. You don't even need support. You just need momentum. Start small. Focus on the work. Track your hours, not your likes. Celebrate effort, not attention. Because the real ones, they don't brag. They build. Here's what working more and talking less gives you. Focus. No distractions from explaining yourself to the wrong people. Energy. Less spent on defending your goals, more spent on achieving them. Power. You stop living for reaction and start living for results. And one day you'll walk into a room and someone will ask, how did you do it? And you'll smile, not because you want to brag, but because you did the work that no one saw. You suffered in silence. You built when no one clapped. You rose without shouting. That's rule 4, talk less. Work more. Because in the end, your results will be the loudest voice in the room. Rule 5, move your body. Because stagnant energy equals a stagnant life. Let's be brutally honest. Most people don't feel stuck because of a lack of talent, intelligence, or opportunity. They feel stuck because they've stopped moving. Their body stays in bed. Their mind stays in fear. Their energy stays trapped. Their goals stay paused. And slowly their life becomes a cycle of overthinking, overeating, overscrolling, and underliving. And you know what happens when the body stops moving? So does everything else. Your motivation drops. Your confidence dies. Your clarity vanishes. Your dreams rot quietly in the corner of your mind. Because motion creates emotion. And when your body stays still, your life does too. You don't need to become a gym influencer. You don't need to run marathons. You just need to wake your body up every single day and remind yourself, I'm still here. I'm still alive. And I'm still in control. When you sweat, you release pain. When you stretch, you unlock strength. When you move, even for 15 minutes, you tell your brain, we're not giving up today. We're showing up. Let me give you a real-world moment you've probably lived. You're feeling anxious. Maybe you've had a long week. Your mind is cluttered. You're mentally exhausted. You don't know what to do next. And then suddenly you go for a long walk. You don't even think. You just move. No music. No phone. Just footsteps. And something shifts. Your breathing slows down. Your shoulders drop. Your thoughts stop attacking you. And in that one walk you realize something. Your problem wasn't your mind. It was your lack of movement. Physical movement isn't about fitness. It's about power. Your ability to restart your life depends on whether you can build momentum. And momentum starts with motion. Walk, stretch, do yoga, punch the air, dance alone, jump rope, do push-ups. It doesn't matter how you move. It just matters that you move. Because the moment you stop moving, pain finds comfort in your body. Regret finds space in your lungs. Anxiety finds a home in your shoulders. You were never meant to live in stillness. You were born to move. Because your life moves with you. Rule 6. Focus on one goal only. Kill distraction before it kills your life. Distraction is not harmless. It is not innocent. It is not just entertainment. It is the silent killer of every dream you've ever had. And the worst part? You never see it coming. You don't realize your dreams are dying because they die in small, quiet ways. One extra hour on social media. One more YouTube rabbit hole. One more notification. One more excuse. One more day saying, I'll start tomorrow. And suddenly it's 6 months later. You're still stuck. You're still tired. You're still behind. Not because you're lazy, but because your focus is being slaughtered daily by things that don't matter. Let me tell you something hard but honest. You can't rebuild your life while being loyal to distraction. You want peace? You want purpose? You want progress? Then stop giving your attention to everything that doesn't build you. You don't need to focus on 10 things. Just pick one goal and give it your full, undivided, violent attention. Just one skill, one project, one dream, one transformation, one mission, and commit to it with everything inside you. Because people who try to chase 5 rabbits catch none. Let me ask you something. What if you deleted all distractions for 90 days? What if you stopped chasing everything and focused on one thing with full intensity? What if your next 3 months were about depth, not speed? You would become unrecognizable. Your confidence would explode. Your results would multiply. And people would start asking, what happened to you? And you'd answer with one word, focus. Here's what single-minded focus gives you. Simplicity. No more scattered energy. Clarity. You stop guessing and start growing. Momentum. Each day builds on the last. Results. You finally start finishing what you start. It's not about doing more. It's about doing less but doing it with obsession. You don't need to be talented. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need focus and fire. Rule 7. Fix your space. Clean room, clear mind. Let's stop pretending it doesn't matter. Let's stop acting like your surroundings are just things. Because the truth is this. Your environment is silently shaping your future every second of the day. If your room is a mess, your mind is overwhelmed. If your phone is chaos, your thoughts are fragmented. If your desk is drowning in clutter, your goals are buried under it. You cannot restart your life while living in a space that constantly reminds you of the past. That pile of clothes in the corner? It's not just clothes, It's decision fatigue. It's visual guilt. It's delayed energy. That old photo on the wall? It's not just decoration. It's a memory pulling you backward. That drawer full of junk, expired papers and broken chargers? It's not just junk. It's mental weight you carry every single day. Here's the truth. Clutter is not passive. It's aggressive. It attacks your peace. It whispers self-doubt. It suffocates your growth. And you know that feeling when you walk into a clean, minimal, peaceful room? It's not just about aesthetics. It's about breathing better, thinking clearer, creating more freely, becoming someone who feels in control. You don't need a mansion. You don't need perfect furniture. You don't need Pinterest walls. You just need intention. So here's what you do, and do it today. Deep clean your room like you're cleansing your soul. Throw out anything that doesn't serve your future. Delete apps that waste your time. Unfollow accounts that drain your focus. Light a candle. Make your bed. Open the window. Set up your space like someone who respects themselves. Because this is not just cleaning, this is spiritual hygiene. You are building a space that says, this is the new me. This is where I rise. This is where I begin again. Rule 8. Do something that scares you weekly, or you'll never grow. Let me say something that will make you uncomfortable. The life you want is hiding behind the things you're afraid to do. Not the big scary things, the small ones, the daily ones, the uncomfortable ones you keep avoiding. That difficult conversation you've been dodging. That honest post you want to write but are scared people will judge. That application you keep delaying because you think you're not ready. That first video you want to record but your voice shakes. That no you should have said months ago but didn't. That gym session you avoided because you feel embarrassed. These aren't random fears. These are doorways. And every time you walk past one and say, I'll do it next week, you are choosing your comfort over your future. Here's a truth most people never accept. You cannot become powerful while staying comfortable. Every person you admire, every success story you watch, every transformation that inspires you, they all began at the same place. Fear. They were scared. They doubted themselves. They weren't ready. But they acted anyway. Because the secret isn't in being fearless. The secret is in being scared and showing up anyway. So if you're restarting your life, you must build a habit most people never develop. Do one thing every week that makes your heart race. Send the email. Say the truth. Start the project. Ask the question. Walk into the room. Let them judge. Let them misunderstand. Because growth never comes in safety. It comes in shaking hands, racing heartbeats, silent fears faced head-on. Let me be blunt. If you're not scared once a week, you're not growing. You're coasting. And life doesn't reward the comfortable. It rewards the courageous. So from this week forward, ask yourself every Sunday, what did I do this week that scared me a little and made me stronger? And if the answer is nothing, you already know what to do. So, do something that scares you every week. Because fear is not your enemy, it's your compass. Follow it. It knows where your next breakthrough lives. Rule 9. Reinvent yourself. Become unrecognizable in 6 months. There comes a moment in your life when you realize you can't go back. You've seen too much, felt too much, lost too much, stayed stuck for too long. And the only way forward now is to burn the old version of you to the ground and become someone completely new. This is not a glow-up. This is not a phase. This is not about changing your look. This is about rebirth. This is about reinvention. You don't need to improve who you are. You need to let go of who you've been pretending to be and step fully into the person you were born to become. But here's the hard truth. Most people will never reinvent themselves. They spend their entire lives wearing a mask their past gave them, the shy one, the lazy one, the failure, the average guy, the one who's not smart enough, the one who always messes up, the one who's always almost successful, but never quite. These identities are not true. They were programmed into you, by pain, by childhood, by failure, by fear. And you've been carrying them like tattoos on your soul. But guess what? You can shed them. You can choose to reinvent yourself so fully that your own past would be afraid to stand next to you. Let me make this crystal clear. Reinvention doesn't require luck. It requires brutal honesty, courageous change, relentless intention. It means changing how you talk to yourself, what you tolerate, how you carry yourself, how you dress, how you think, how you show up in a room, how you speak about your future, and how you bury your past. It means deciding. That version of me, the one who procrastinated, the one who chased people, the one who begged for attention, the one who tolerated disrespect, the one who doubted everything. That version is dead. And now you walk differently. Now your standards are higher. Now you speak with purpose. Now you expect more. Now you forgive faster. Love deeper. Move wiser. Now you look in the mirror and see a fighter, not a victim. Let's be real, people will not recognize you. They'll say, "You've changed. You're different now. You're acting brand new." And they're right. Because you didn't come this far to remain the same. You came here to evolve, to rise, to become the most powerful, peaceful, beautiful version of yourself. You came here to become the version of you who no longer begs to be chosen, but chooses themselves first. And no, you don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need anyone to clap for your change. You just need the courage to say, "From this moment on, the old me no longer exists. The new me starts now." So, reinvent yourself. Completely. Deliberately. Permanently. Not to impress anyone. Not to prove anyone wrong. But to finally become the person you were always meant to be, before the world taught you to shrink. If you've made it to this moment, this is no longer a video. This is your turning point. This is the end of who you were, and the beginning of everything you still can be. You've been tired for so long. You've been quietly surviving, secretly hoping that one day, it'll all make sense. But that day doesn't come on its own. Comes the moment you choose to fight for yourself. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends. Not your parents. Not your partner. Not a lucky break. No one. But that's not bad news, that's freedom. Because now it's in your hands. You don't need to wait anymore. You don't need to explain anything. You don't need to be ready. You just need to move. Breathe. Start. Pick one of these rules, just one. Do it today and watch what begins to unfold. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest. Because the truth is, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from wisdom, scars, strength, survival. Everything you've already been through and didn't give up. That means your restart will be stronger than your first try ever was. So close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath. And say this with me. I'm not lost. I'm rebuilding. I'm not behind. I'm becoming. And I'm not broken. I'm just getting started. This is your time. This is your life. This is your rebirth. And it starts now. Thank you for watching. If this video moved you, share it, save it, and start living it. And if you want more life-changing videos like this, subscribe, not just to this channel but to your own greatness. Because your next 6 months can be the most powerful of your entire life. If you let them. We'll rise together. Your comeback starts here. And I'll be with you every step of the way.